the audience questions, so be ready to raise your hand. But
There we go.
so where would have been your first public performance as a kid?
My first, church, probably,
Yeah.
singing. I think I was Joseph in like the children's play and sang "O Holy Night." My parents said, my grandma Paquita looked and said, "He's pretty good." Yep.
All right, who wants to be first?
Who we got?
Front row. Got a question? Question? Oh, this can't be.
You can yell it out too.
Oh, yeah, here.
Let's do it.
Can we meet Avery?
He's here somewhere. I'm sure there's a lot of people to meet, so. Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
There. Can you ask? Yeah.
He is in the show business.
He's a ham.
Got to lay it down. And Avery is about to get a brother. That's very
That's
simple.
it.
You and Gabi. So, what's the arrival of the new baby? Expected when?
Later this year.
You gonna have
You can probably tell if you look at my tour schedule, but
so we're gonna release a baby and an album.
yeah, we're gonna be busy
On the
this
same
year.
day.
Yeah, right.
Who else back here wants to ask a question? Let me come over here. Yes, sir.
Hey, Scotty. First of all, thank you for holding the fan club party. It's been a while, and do you plan on continuing this?
I hope so. Our schedule has just been nuts, and we took a few years off from CMA Fest, so I enjoy this. So I'm hoping we can keep coming back and keeping our schedule this year. So,
And we had a pandemic in the middle of all that too.
Oh, yeah,
So
that
that
was
kind
bad,
of kept us from getting together. Who over here? Back? Okay, yes, sir.
Hey Scotty, how you doing?
I'm good. How are
What's your
you?
name and hometown?
Mark Collins, Dayton, Ohio.
Love Dave.
Saw you on the first edition of American Idol. Fell in love with you, hollered at the wife, said, "Come listen to this kid." Come listen.
Thank you very
I
much.
said that. How did your journey get you to American Idol? Everybody has a story. My friend talked me into it. My mother talked me into it. Well, how did you come to get to American Idol?
Sure. So I think like a lot of us, Idol was family time for us. Back then there wasn't streaming, we weren't watching Netflix, there wasn't Facebook, all that stuff. So, when Idol was on, the family would get together. I think all the way, we probably caught the tail end of season 1 with Kelly, but when Riley had Clay in season 2, so everybody tuned in, and from then on. So we watched, and I knew I loved to sing. I sang in church. I was the lead singer of the praise band. I was Conrad Birdie and Bye Bye Birdie for the school play. My baseball coach didn't love that, but I know I loved it, But you watch Idol and you're always like, well, what if like all my friends tell me I'm good, but I really stink, that kind of thing. But we were watching season 9, the finale with Lita Wise, and Ryan came on and said, we have audition cities, for next year. My dad traveled a lot for work, so he had points out the wazoo. So we flew up to Milwaukee. I was supposed to come to Nashville. They had auditions that year here. That's where Lauren auditioned. But I had a retreat I was going on with the church, so I said, I'm not missing that to go get cut from some TV show. So we went to Milwaukee, flew up there, and rest is history. I had very low expectations, and I was nervous, and I remember walking around the Bradley Center, was the arena then, like 15,000 people, and I said, Dad, people were warming up in the hallways, and I just wanted some popcorn. I was just going to chill. I said, man, these people are really good, Dad. And he was like, all you can do is try your best. So that's what we did.
What's the first song you sang in the audience?
First song I sang was Your Man, and then her name was Katie Fennelly. She looked at me and she said, her head was kind of cocked. There weren't a lot of people in Milwaukee that sounded like me. And she said, can you send me another? And I said, sure. And I think I did Travis Tritt, Put Some Drive in Your Country. And then she said, one more that's not country. And I said, well, anything I sing is going to sound country.
How about Silent Night?
Yeah, exactly. So I did The Way You Look Tonight, Frank Sinatra. And Katie, after I was done, she took her camera and she was like, can I take a picture with you? And I said, sure. And I said, why? And she said, we always have there were 12 tables and producers. And she said, all the producers have a competition to see who's going to pick the winner that year. And she said, I think you got a shot, kind of thing. So,
And you were saying, one of my friends tell me I'm good, but I'm not, but that was Simon Cowell's job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Simon wouldn't have liked me. Jennifer was much nicer.
Okay, back here. Name and hometown.
Hey Scotty, I'm Missy from North Topsail Beach, North Carolina.
Let's go. Good to see you.
And I am just curious how you got the courage and the confidence to create your label.
The label and everything? Well, Triple Tigers is my adopted family. They took me in under their wing when I was a ship without a sail there for a little bit, 5 more minutes. It was a thing with Sony and 30 Tigers, so I didn't create it, but I got in right after they started breaking Russell Dickerson, and it just felt like a team that believed in me, believed in my music, and it was the right fit. I had been at the biggest label in Nashville, and there's a lot of pros to that. There's a lot of strings they can pull and stuff, but to find a group of people where every single one of them believes in you, believes in what you do, is going to fight for you every single day. It was just like I found my family. So Triple Tigers has been crushing it ever since. So yeah.
I don't know what artist, but somebody along the way in the Opry family said, "You're nobody in Nashville in the music business, and you've lost your record deal."
I do that. You don't really come back from it, for the most part. So it was not a fun journey to get there, especially with the stack of papers that Idol makes you sign to go on the TV show.
Yeah.
But we eventually got around it, and we sang 5 more minutes at the Opry stage, and Triple Tigers took that and made it the #1. So
And you have 5 number ones right now, right?
we have 6. It should be 7, but some new guy named Morgan Wallen wouldn't get out of the way.
You got Wallen.
We got #2, yeah. 6 #1s and a #2.
Right now, he's got like 3 songs in the top 10. He keeps replacing himself at #1.
Leave some room for all of us,
Yeah.
Morgan. We all want to have
Come
fun.
on, Morgan. Name and hometown.
Laura, and I'm from Fayetteville/Murphy, North Carolina.
All right, yeah.
So, do you remember the very first time somebody asked you for an autograph, and when was that?
I do. So, her name is Alex Smith, because I'll never forget. It was like the biggest deal to me. It was after I did a show or a hometown thing called Clayton Idol, which was, 10 kids in a small town close to Garner where I grew up, and I'd sang Jamie Johnson's In Color, and after the show was done, she's like, "Will you sign my notebook?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've never signed an autograph before." So she could read every letter. I was like, "Yeah, sorry, now they just got a little sloppy," but yeah, that was. I think I still have a picture on like my personal Facebook. It's like, this girl asked for an autograph, kind of thing. So yeah.
Great memory. Yes, ma'am. Name and hometown, please.
Donna Shove, Statesville, North Carolina.
Hey.
Hey.
Is there anyone in here who's not from North Carolina?
I want to know if you can get a few more shows in North Carolina this year.
We're working. We just announced we have a show in Barco, which is up there close to the Outer Banks near Elizabeth City. Then we have one in Kenansville that's kind of on the way to the beach, the Duplin Event Center. And then we just, I know I love Greensboro. I love Greensboro. Yep. I was in Greensboro when they told me that the pandemic was happening, and I was eating at Stamey's, and they said we have to cancel our show tomorrow. I was like, what? But yeah, so we have that, and then we have another show at Danville, Virginia, at that new Caesars up there. Close to Charlotte? Oh, I know. I'll put my agents here somewhere. You listening?
So tell me about, speaking of tour stops, you just got back from Europe. Where all you went?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had a sold-out tour in Europe, and we started in Northern Ireland and Scotland, and then went down to England, and every show was phenomenal. They really know their country music, and it's, for me, you don't always see the tangible growth. You kind of keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep trying. But we were playing venues 5 times the size of the last time we headlined over there, and they were selling out left and right. So it was cool to see if you just keep building, and keep putting the time and effort into something, just to watch it grow. So we had so much fun over there, and it was good times.
When did you get back?
We got back on Sunday, 4 o'clock, and spent a day and a half at home and came to Nashville. So,
And you're leaving here and going, you got like the weekend run is Napa, Idaho.
yeah.
And a couple of California dates. I think,
Yeah, so
right?
we're once we finish up, well, I'm heading home, and I'm turning my phone off for a week, and then we'll head out west to Idaho and play some more shows.
Will you sing one more?
Yeah.
At least one more, maybe do a couple more.
What should we? Y'all have a consensus? 5? We can do 5 and we'll do damn.